Johnson. Please raise your right hand to be sworn, ma'am. Is your right hand up? I can't see. Okay. Need to unmute yourself. There you go. Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, ma'am. Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Christina Richard. I am Austin Johnson's mother.
All right. And representing the Attorney General of the State of Texas.
Andrea Eoff.
Court will note that Gregory Johnson Sr. is the non-custodial parent that he was personally served on September 24th, 2022 at 7:20 p.m. at Golden Pass, looks like Lounge 3752 South Gulfway Drive in Sabine Pass, Jefferson County, Texas. And he has not filed an answer or made an appearance. Is that correct, Ms. Eoff?
That's correct, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to call Christina Richard.
Okay.
Miss Richard, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Will you please state your full name for the record?
Christina Marie Richard.
All right. Can you hold your phone in such a way that we don't get that background noise? Okay.
Hold on just a second.
Thanks. All right. And can you state the name and age of your child?
Austin Johnson, he's 7.
All right. And Mr. Johnson signed an acknowledgement of paternity stating that he's the father of that child. Is that correct?
Yes.
And would you like to have the court declare that he is Austin's father and establish the parent-child relationship between them today?
Yes.
Thank you. You and Mr. Johnson separated due to his drug usage. Is that correct?
Yes.
And one of the final incidents that split you guys up was the fact that he was supposed to be watching Austin and he got high and fell asleep and essentially put your child in danger. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you know that he has also since had 2 DWIs while driving a semi-truck.
Yes.
Is that correct? All right. Since you guys separated, has Mr. Johnson been an involved co-parent?
Not quite. He calls
Okay.
every blue moon, and most of his calls are just empty promises.
Okay. Do you believe that it would be in Austin's best interest if you were made his sole managing conservator and Mr. Johnson was a possessory conservator?
Yes, very much so.
And would you like to be the parent who designates Austin's primary residence in Harris County and contiguous counties?
Yes.
And would you like for the court to order that Mr. Johnson not be allowed to consume alcohol or controlled substances 12 hours before any visits with your child or while he's in possession of your child?
Yes.
All right. And would you like for Mr. Johnson to start with a phased possession schedule that'll build up to a standard possession order in the future?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to review the visitation schedule that we talked about. And after I finish it, I'm going to need you to confirm if that's what you want the court to order, okay?
Okay.
The schedule we have talked about, the first phase, he will be able to visit with Austin from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth Saturday of each month for 10 visits. Once he's completed those 10 visits, he will be able to have possession of Austin from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. first, third, and fifth Saturday of each month for 10 visits. After those 10, he would be able to have the child from 10 a.m. on the first, third, and fifth Saturday to 6 p.m. on the following Sunday for 10 visits. And then after that, 6 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth Friday to 6 p.m. on the following Sunday for 10 visits. And then he would have a standard possession order. Is that the schedule you would like the court to order for visitation?
Yes.
And would you like for the court to order that Mr. Johnson has to send you an email stating that he intends to show up for one of those visits a week in advance, at least 7 days in advance, via email to you at christinarichard690@gmail.com?
Yes.
And would you like for all exchanges of your child to take place at your sister's home, the residence of Cassandra Broussard Jones at 5201 Esper Street in Beaumont, Texas?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have access to private insurance through your job?
No.
Would you like for the court to order you to apply for and maintain Medicaid for your child?
I already have.
Okay, so you want to continue that?
Yes.
All right. Would you like for the court to order Mr. Johnson to pay cash medical support of $29 a month beginning February 1st, 2023?
Yes.
All right. Now, it's your understanding that you don't know exactly what Mr. Johnson does for a living right now, correct?
No,
And you don't know how much money he's made since y'all separated. Is that right?
I do not.
And you understand that when we don't have evidence of income, the law allows us to use something called the minimum wage presumption for calculating child support, correct?
Yes.
And would you like for the court to use that minimum wage presumption and order Mr. Johnson to pay $165 a month in child support beginning February 1st, 2023?
Yes.
All right. And that was calculated after we took into consideration the 3 other children he's currently paying support for. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, since you and Mr. Johnson separated, has he given you any money to help support Austin?
No.
Would you like for the court to take a judgment against him for retroactive child support in the amount of $8,330 for the time period between January 1st, 2019 to today, and order him to pay that at $92 a month beginning February 1st, 2023?
Yes.
All right. And the last time that Mr. Johnson had your address, he showed up at your house uninvited and was violent with you. Is that correct?
He was.
Yes. And from what I understand, he shoved you and hit you while he was trying to force his way into your home. Is that right?
Yes. He was trying to get at my ex-husband. The police was called and the report was filed.
And around that same time, and in the time since then, he has also had a pattern of harassing you via phone calls and text message. Is that right?
Yes. I also have the proof of that saved into my phone.
And
And a police report with that also.
And he sent text messages saying that he's going to find you, kill you, and take your child. Is that right?
Yes.
And has he also sent you vulgar pictures of things that he's doing with his current girlfriends?
Yes.
And does he have a habit of blowing up your phone and calling you hundreds of times in a row when he's unhappy with you?
Yes.
So based on that, would you like for the court to order that you should have a finding of non-disclosure and you should be able to keep your address and phone number a secret from him and not have it printed in this order?
Yes, please.
All right. I have no further questions and pass this witness, Your Honor.
All right, the court will approve the order as submitted.